is up, bros, and welcome to the All Bros Podcast. I'm Jonathan.
Nah, I'm Caleb.
And we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we'll be talking about some adventures in hunting. Got a couple of ad icon pops that we're going to be talking about, as well as a certain comedian pop coming out. And then we got an Office pop, as well as a Marvel pop coming our way. And then with Blu-rays, we got nothing. There's absolutely no big releases coming out this week. With this week's sneak peeks, we actually got one trailer to talk about this week. So, movie starring Tom Hardy. Very excited for this one coming up. And then we actually do have something to talk about with What's in the Box. Kind of a weird turn of events, but talking about something there. And then we'll be moving on to our main...
fun.
Oh, yeah. And then we'll be moving on to our main event of the evening, which will be our All Bros breakdown of Parasite.
Hell yeah.
So what do you say we get started, Caleb?
I say let's do it.
All right.
I'm Brucker.
I'm Levi.
And together we co-host a movie podcast called Film on the Rocks. On our movie podcast, we like to have fun with movies, and we don't like to break down movies beat by beat, scene by scene. We like to talk about what was fun about them. So we talk about our favorite scenes, sprinkle in some trivia, we debate whether or not they deserve a sequel, and we also talk about some drinking rules that they can have, such as drink every time Vince Vaughn stuffs his face in Wedding Crashers.
Or something we call the Yoda clause, which is every time Frank Oz jumps on a screen, finish your drink. You can find us on Google Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or really anywhere you can find podcasts, if this sounds interesting to you.
Yes, and we also love listener interaction, and we also like to take movie requests. So you could reach out to us on Twitter at Film on the Rocks, Instagram, Film on the Rocks Podcast, or email us at fotrpodcast@gmail.com. Hope to hear from y'all.
Give us a listen.
All right, so first up with Adventures in Hunting, we've got a Jeff Dunham pop coming out. And this one, he is holding Peanut. And sadly, there is no official image yet of him. It's just a silhouette. But I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah. Do you listen to Jeff Dunham?
I used to when we were in high school. Not as much right now. What about you?
Yeah, same here. I used to listen to him a lot in high school. But that was back when I thought his comedy was edgy.
And look at where we are now.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, I used to think his comedy was more edgy and talked about more adult stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no.
I was okay. What's the puppet's name that's an old man? Do you know?
Walter.
Walter. Okay. Did you ever watch Sunny with a Chance?
Sunny with a Chance?
Yeah. It was on Disney Channel.
Oh. Not very often, no.
Okay, did you ever watch the episode where Jeff Dunham and Walter were on it?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so they put Sunny with a Chance on Disney Plus, and I came across that episode. And it's just really funny watching how in awe Walter gets whenever Chad Dillon Cooper comes into the room. He's just like, he's the greatest actor of his generation. And Jeff Dunham doesn't think he's funny, or he doesn't think he's a good actor at all. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, because that kid's not.
He's not that...
Wait, isn't he on... Oh, shit. Was it... Doesn't he do YouTube now?
I don't know. I don't know where anybody from Sunny with a Chance is now, except for Demi Lovato.
Yeah, I know. There's someone from this channel, Smosh or something like that.
Oh,
they're what?
Oh, no, I was just going to point out that actually Brandon Michael Smith, who played Nico, I forgot, he plays Michelangelo in the newest Ninja Turtle show. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's cool.
Where is his IMDb? I'm on IMDb. He was in a movie called Landmine Goes Click. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I know someone does YouTube now from it's either that show or Hannah Montana.
Here, let me just type in Sterling Knight YouTube. No, he's not on YouTube.
Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the blonde dude. Do you watch the Goldbergs?
No.
No? Shit. Okay, I don't know what else he would
Wait,
be
are you
in
talking
then.
about the kid?
No, not the kid. It's one of the kid's friends. Or one of his brother's friends.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he was in something on Disney. I'm not sure if it was Sonny or Chance or what.
You should, figure it out and then get back to us next week.
I mean, I'll look it up now while you continue talking.
Oh, is it Shane Top?
That might be it.
Oh, isn't he on Smosh or something like that?
Yeah, and he was the freaking pretty boy on Hannah Montana.
Oh, it was. Well, so he was in. All I'm seeing for Disney Channel, he was in So Random, the spinoff from Sunny with a Chance.
What the shit?
What?
Dude, I feel like I see this dude everywhere because he's in the Goldbergs right now.
Yeah.
And he's on freaking. Yeah, he does shit for Smosh. Yeah, Schooled. Alright, I'm going back to the freaking beginning. Oh, he was on iCarly for a little bit. So Random. Sam and Cat.
Oh, yeah, I remember that show.
Okay, I guess he wasn't in Hannah Montana. Anyway.
Getting back to Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll pick up this one. I definitely want to get Jeff Dunham with Walter, though.
That would be freaking awesome.
Is that the one that you would want the most, or is there a different one that you want?
I don't know. I really like Peanut, but I think my favorite's Ahmed.
Ooh, yeah, Ahmed's a great one. That'd probably be my second choice.
Yeah, that's more than likely that's probably the one that I would get, unless they came out with a Jeff Dunham with Peanut and Jose Jalapeno.
That's too much, man.
Dude, that would be a crazy chase for that figure, though.
No, don't talk about chases. We don't talk about chases on this channel. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say about Jeff Dunham, Caleb?
Nothing I can think of, no.
Okay. Moving on then to some McDonald's pops that are coming out. Yeah, I can't believe we are finally getting some ad icon McDonald's pops. So far we got 6 in the line. Well, technically 7 because one's a 2-pack. But first up we got Mr. Ronald McDonald himself, and I mean it's a simple pose, but classic Ronald. So, are you gonna pick any? Do you plan on picking up Ronald McDonald, Caleb?
No, sadly, I do not.
It's because he's a clown, isn't it?
Yes. Dude, I
I
think
didn't
he
think
looks
that was
creepier.
going to be a yes.
Dude, I think he looks creepier than freaking the Pennywise figures.
Fair. That's fair.
Dude, he's so creepy. And like Ronald was like, he used to be the only clown that I somewhat liked.
The only clown I ever liked was Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of him either.
How dare you disrespect Krusty?
I thought he was just creepy looking too. And I know he's like animated and everything, but it's just, I don't know. I never liked clowns.
Oh, I didn't either. I mean, I wasn't petrified of them, but if anyone asked me, oh, do you want a clown at your birthday party? No, thank you. I am good.
It's like, do you want a clown at your birthday? Didn't think so.
Do you want charges pressed against you after he gets hit in the face by a little kid? Because that's going to happen if you bring him to my birthday party.
It's like, Dad, if you hire a clown for my birthday, I will be calling child services.
Yep, exactly.
It's like, you were appropriately warned.
So next up after that, we got the Grimace, which, growing up, like, I don't know, I didn't, know a lot, honestly, about, like, all these, McDonald's icons, so the Grimace, I didn't really know that much about. Honestly, the two main ones I knew were Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar.
That's the same here. I don't remember interacting with the other McDonald's mascots.
Yeah, right?
Like, I knew who Grimace and the Hamburglar were, but I never saw any, like, promotional stuff with them. It was always just Ronald.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Man, do they even make McDonald's commercials anymore with Ronald McDonald?
I don't think so, no.
That's depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen one in forever.
I mean, but hey, on the bright side, at least, okay, so this is not to do with McDonald's, but it has to do with their rival Burger King. Okay, so like I think it was like the late 2000s, like 2007, 2007. Do you remember when Burger King was doing like their actual mascot? It was like the Burger King, and he had that creepy ass mask with like the open smile. Wasn't that terrifying?
Yeah.
They need to make a pop of that. I would totally buy that.
How about no?
No, that shit gave me nightmares, so I want to relive that shit.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Where do you want to start? That's really the question. Because
the mascots, I don't really recall the mascots all that much. The biggest one in my childhood was Ronald, and that's just because there was a freaking statue of him in the local McDonald's.
Oh yeah, and you could sit. Yeah, you could sit next to him and put your arm around him, and it was creepy.
Yeah, like completely creepy. But yeah, with Burger King, it was only like you only ever got the crown, which whenever we ate there, I was just too grown for that, so I never wore that crown. But yeah, the only time I ever remember seeing Grimace and the Hamburglar were on the bags.
Yeah, I think that's all I remember too.
Yeah, I don't remember any like promotional things with them, any toys with them. It was always just Ronald, and then they were just kind of like I felt like they were just the imaginary friends.
Oh. Alright, so after Grimace, we got we already talked about it, and we got the Hamburglar. I kind of honestly want this one, actually. Like, over Ronald, I think I might take the Hamburglar.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know. He's calling to me.
That's an interesting pick.
Right? And then these next two, I had no... Actually, these next four, I had no idea these things existed. We got Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, I had no idea who the hell that was.
Yeah. And then we got Officer Mac.
Like, come on, McDonald's. Be better.
And then last but not least, we got a 2-pack, which will include the Fry Guys.
Yeah, I didn't know who the hell these guys were.
We're going to get so much shit for only knowing 3 of these characters, barely.
Yeah, no joke. I feel like there was a 4th one that they didn't make a figure of, but I don't know who.
It was like the girl, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look up her name.
What was her name?
1 second. I gotta know her name. Okay, good. I'm not the only one that thought this.
Yeah, when I saw like the list, I was just like, who the hell are all these other characters? Like the Fry Guys? Like, what the
Birdie
shit is that?
Birdie the early bird. That was her name.
The hell?
That was her name.
That's weird.
Like, let me dude, this like picture from, wow, these are really scary. Oh, okay, this reminds me. Do you remember like the talking like mini hamburgers that they had?
Talking mini hamburgers.
Yeah. Like the little
not
talking
really.
hamburger. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's just me. I swear that was a... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's Birdie.
Is that what Officer Mac was?
No, they used to be like in a treasure chest, and they were just like, you know, like little, like they actually looked like a hamburger, but they just had eyes on them. I pointed to my forehead instead of pointing to my eyeballs. I'm so dumb.
Oh, jeez. Good thing we don't record this.
Yeah, right? All right. So that's it for those McDonald's pops. I don't know if they're coming out with any more after these, because, I mean, I think there are a couple more characters that they can do. But anyway, moving on from those, next up, we got a new Office Pop coming out, and I'm so excited that they finally made this one. It's Angela holding her cat Sprinkles. And honestly, this makes me sad, because now I'm remembering the episode of when something horrible happens to Sprinkles.
What? What happened to Sprinkles?
Basically, do you really want me to spoil it for you?
Dude, I don't care.
Okay. I think this is how it goes. Dwight literally puts the cat out of its misery, and then puts the cat in the freezer to, what's the word? Like, preserve the body. And, yeah. I don't think Angela has
great.
still... I don't think Angela's still forgiven him yet. Still hasn't forgiven him yet. And I'm on the last season, so...
Oh, shit.
You just think it's funny because you hate cats. Right?
Yeah, I do.
You're such
Cats are
a
the
dick.
devil.
No, they're angels. My Alexander is an angel.
Yeah, angels from hell.
Hey, you haven't even met Alexander, so... suck my nipple. I don't know.
What the
Pretend I know.
fuck did you just say to me?
I don't know. Pretend I never said that.
I don't know if I can.
No, you can. No. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's worse than kiss my ass?
Yeah. That is significantly more worse than kiss my ass. Oh my gosh.
All right, moving on before Caleb thinks I'm more weirder than I already am.
I don't know if that's possible anymore. Dude, these past few weeks, I've had issues trying to figure out what would be fun to use for the promo. I have no issues. I have no qualms with what I'm going to do this week.
I freaking hate you. Shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, next time think before you speak.
You know what? I did think. I stuttered, and then I'm like, you know what? I think this is going to be funny, and now I regret it so much.
Oh my gosh, just move on.
All right, last but certainly not least, and this is actually already available, so if you guys want to go check it out on Hot Topic's website, we got an exclusive Spider-Man metallic pop, and this was his first appearance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is already available on their website, so if you want to go check it out, you guys definitely should. So that is it with Adventures in Hunting. Moving on to this week's sneak peeks, we got our first, and I don't know if it's going to be the only trailer, but we got a trailer for Tom Hardy's new film Capone. And this, do you know when this movie's coming out, Caleb?
That I don't know.
Yeah, let me check it out.
I don't know if they gave a release date. But I have a feeling that this movie's going to do really well in the box office if it's like the first one that comes out after the quarantine's over.
I don't know, because I don't know how long it's going to take people to trust going to the movies again. That's the thing.
True.
It comes out May 12th.
May 12th? Ooh, that's kind of early.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Is it going into theaters, or is it just being put on demand? Here, I gotta look this up. No, it says it is scheduled to be released on May 12th, 2020 by Vertical Entertainment. Interesting.
Well, anyway, just kind of getting into this trailer a little bit. The movie's supposed to be focusing on Al Capone's life before his death. So I guess it was he was showing signs of like dementia or something.
Yeah, I just ate my mic. Yeah, they did bring that up in the trailer.
Yeah, so he's showing signs of that. He's just kind of doing some crazy shit. I'm pretty sure he's faking it, though.
Good old Al Capone.
Yeah. I don't actually know a whole lot about Al Capone.
Yeah, I don't. I think I know jack shit.
Yeah, but this is definitely a movie I'm going to go see, just because I freaking love Tom Hardy.
So, actually, I just found out it is only being released to video on demand on May 12th.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense then.
Yeah.
Definitely one I'm going to check out, though.
You gonna rent it for $20?
Yeah.
Speaking of renting, okay, just really quickly, with Scoob, you know how I told you Warner Brothers is moving it to on demand now?
Yeah.
So it's going to be $20 to rent and $25 to buy. I only have to pay $5 more to buy it.
Huh.
Shouldn't it be $15 to rent and then $25 to buy?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah,
that makes a lot more sense than $5.
Yeah.
Because what if I wanted to? Dude, that would be a great option, though. Think about this. If now this starts a whole thing where we can get the movies we want instantly. Yeah. So we pay a certain amount of money. So let's say you want with Scoob, for example. So let's say you paid the $20 to rent it. and then you enjoy it enough, and then they give you an option to pay the $5 extra to buy it.
See, that would be good. That would be a really good idea.
Right?
That would be very smart. I doubt that's what they'll do.
Yeah, I highly doubt that's what they would do, because I feel like they're just
Hollywood.
like, oh no, if you liked it that much, you're going to buy it.
Yeah. We're okay if you spend $45 on our movie. It's all good.
Yeah, or at least have that be an option, like maybe immediately after renting.
Yeah. Like, you only have, 24 hours to make your decision.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Like, once you're done watching it, or once you're done watching it, then it gives you a little option at the end, being like $5 extra to own it. Be like, yeah.
But digital, screw digital, physical is where it's at.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't you say that.
I mean, I can travel anywhere I want and watch every single movie that I own now. So, that's pretty great. You would have to travel with a disc that risks it getting scratched or dented or any of that other shit.
I'm virtually flipping you off right now. I just want you to know that.
But the pricing is not good. If it's $25 to buy versus $20 to rent, I think a lot of people are just going to be like, well, let's just bite the bullet and hope it's good.
Yeah, seriously. And if it's not, we're out $5, and now we actually own it.
Yeah. So I think they should definitely even try and consider that, where it's maybe not even do $20 to rent. I feel is fair for a movie that is brand new.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think they should up the buy price. So maybe to
30,
35.
Yeah, considering 4K is 35. I mean, they honestly could probably get away with doing 35. Not saying I would pay that. I'm just saying they could get away with that.
Yeah. But that would make the whole rent and buy thing a lot better, where it's like, hey, you paid $20 to rent. Do you want to spend this extra money after you've finished watching this movie to purchase it? So an extra $10 or $15. That would almost be worth it to me to try out a movie.
Yeah, it really would.
So, I mean, things to consider, people.
Yep. So, sorry, we got away from Capone. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this movie, Caleb? Or this trailer?
The only thing I gotta say is Tom Hardy does a lot of these gangster type movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a credit to his work, because he's really good in all of them.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying he's not. I think it was a couple weeks ago, I watched Legend, which he plays twin brothers.
Oh, shit.
And they're kind of they're gangsters, more or less. And they make it references to Al Capone. And
okay.
They're just oh, I'm not like Al. They just say something along those lines of, oh, I'm not like Al Capone or blah blah blah. And then I watched.
You eventually will be.
Yeah, and then what was the other movie I watched? Lawless. With Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, how is that movie?
That one's pretty good too.
Okay, I've been wanting to check that one out for quite a while now.
But yeah, that one's really cool. It's because it follows these brothers, and they say that they kind of start to fall for their own myths, which I think is just great.
That is pretty great.
This town has these legends about them, and all the crazy stuff that they've gotten out of and are able to do, and it shows that they're even able to do it. there's a part in it that I want to talk about, but it doesn't spoil anything. But anyway, I'm just gonna say it. So spoiler alert for everyone except you.
My
So
opinion
there's a
doesn't matter here.
scene. Yeah, so there's a scene where Tom Hardy's gets attacked by these guys, and they cut his throat a little bit. Yeah, and then it shows him in the hospital, and then the doctors are saying like, "Oh yeah, your brother's freaking crazy." Like he walked all the way over here, and so the whole town was spreading this thing being like, "Oh, did you hear about this brother? He walked all the way to the hospital after getting his head was practically falling off, and he was able to walk to the hospital," and like just this craziness. Like just these crazy stories, and then it comes to find out that someone walked him there or drove him to the hospital and kind of left him at the door of the hospital.
Damn.
And so when they go and tell him that, like tell the brother that, he's just like, "What? I thought I walked." And they're like, "You're freaking delusional, believing you're like these legends or these own myths about yourself." But it's a really good movie, and they also make a reference to Al Capone in that.
That's funny.
So it's just kind of like, I feel like his whole as part of his career has just been leading him to playing Al Capone.
All right, so after that, moving on to what's in the box. So there was only one movie theater that counted for the weekend box office this past weekend, and some other theaters around the U.S. are showing are doing like drive-in movie theaters and showing older movies. This is the only one that's actually showing newer releases, because Water Gardens here in Utah, close to where Caleb and I live, they're showing what have they been showing? Like a lot of old DreamWorks movies. They've been showing some James Bond. They showed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so stuff like that. So nothing new.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, I think they showed Into the Spider-Verse the first week that they did it.
I'm gonna have to go and look and see what they're showing, and just kind of make a date night of it.
Do it.
I mean, because I have to do that at least once in my life.
Yeah, no, dude, completely agree. So what is this? So the theater is called the Ocala Drive-In. Okay, sorry. It's called the Ocala Drive-In, and it's located in Ocala, Florida. And according to journalist Gitesh Pandya, their total box office gross for the weekend was $33,000 and $33,456.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't think. I don't know how much movie theaters typically make.
I don't either. Well, so according to them, they say they charge $6 ticket prices. So
not bad.
Yeah, it's not. And then
Is
I
that
guess
per car or per person?
I don't know. Maybe per person, because I think it's per person. Because Water Gardens is charging $20 per car right now.
20?
Yeah, $20 a car. $10
Jeez.
on Tuesdays.
I'm impressed. That's a damn good idea.
Yeah, right?
Well, shit.
So
all right then.
Yeah. So yeah, I really want to go to what Water Gardens is doing before they close it down when all this is over. Because they just added a second screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So now it's one's hanging off the building, and then one's to the right of the parking lot.
Yeah, I want to. I'm actually gonna go on their website after and see what movies they're showing this week,
Do it.
or maybe next week even.
Yeah. You gonna
I think
go
that'd be
like?
really cool.
You thinking of maybe going on a Tuesday or just any day of the week?
Maybe just any day of the week. I think just the experience of it is worth the $20.
It honestly is. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, so I'll probably do that.
Hell yeah. All right. What do you say we jump into our main event of the evening?
I say let's do it.
Sweet.
Time for the main event. It's main event time. Let's play a game.
All right. So before we jump into our main event of the evening, we got a couple answers from our bros. We posted a question this week, and Caleb, do you have those answers pulled up?
Yes, I do. So, the question of the week, because I didn't know what this movie was about. So, I didn't know what Parasite was about, but I did ask a question kind of related a little bit. I just asked what everyone's favorite Oscar-winning movie was.
Okay.
So yeah. So we got a couple answers from Twitter. The first one comes from our friend over at Victims and Villains, that podcast, and they're at Victims and Villains. He said recently Spotlight.
I still have not checked that out yet. And I've heard it's
I
so
haven't
freaking good.
either. Yeah, that's what he was saying. He says it's one that he recommends highly to everyone. So
You might have to do a breakdown in the future then of it.
yeah. So yeah, that's definitely one that'd be really cool to try and get him on to do a breakdown of Spotlight.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So what do you say, Victims and Villains? You down?
Yeah, hit us up, man.
Hell yeah. Our second and last response comes to us from Cinematic Blind Spots at Cinematic B Spots. He said,
name.
well, The Silence of the Lambs is my favorite movie of all time, and it did sweep the Oscars, as they say, so yeah, that.
That's a fantastic movie. I love that movie.
That movie is really good. Like, super, super good. Yeah, it was great. I haven't seen that one in a while. I kind of want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I can't remember if I actually own it. I think I do. But I gotta go back and look.
But yeah. So those are our two responses. If you want to answer our future questions of the week, be sure to follow us on all social media. Just search at the All Bros, and there should be a link in the in our description. So with that, let's get into our breakdown.
Let's do it. So, if you're new to our breakdowns, literally, we spoil the whole damn movie. We read a whole synopsis for it, so if you haven't seen Parasite, maybe don't watch this, or listen to this. Go listen to another episode right now.
No, don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
Go watch the movie and then come back. It is available on Hulu.
Yep. And I need to buy it now because what a movie.
Ooh, so good.
Yes. All right, Caleb, would you like to run them through our categories that we grade our movies on?
Hell yes. So, if you are new to our breakdown system, we have split the movie into 8 different categories. Story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then just give it our own personal grade, which we add everything up and come to our average score, and that score gives us our grade for the movie, the All Bros grade for this movie.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so we grade each individual category, and then it comes to the final. I need to write something up that's like official, so I don't freaking just repeat myself.
Yeah, considering both of us said if you're new to our breakdowns.
Yeah, no shit, right? Anyway, let's start getting into the story. And like Rose said, spoilers ahead.
Yes, so I'm going to spoil the whole damn movie for you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Kim family, and I apologize that I'm going to
I thought you were
butcher.
going to do the whole everybody dies again.
No, I'm changing it up here. Changing it up. I'm not going to be a cliche.
I was like, every time you do the whole 5, I'm like, he's just going to say everybody dies, and you didn't.
Yep.
So, good on you.
Thank you. Okay, so I was going to say right now, I'm going to butcher these names, and I apologize. But, yeah, here we go. So, Caleb, don't laugh.
I'll try not to.
You're an ass. I'd love to see you say these better. All right,
Yeah,
so
we'll see.
yeah. So, the Kim family, father Ki-tok, mother Chung-suk, daughter Ki-jong, and son Ki-woo live in a small semi-basement apartment. And they have low-paying temporary jobs as pizza box holders and struggle to make ends meet. University student Min Hyuk, a friend of Ki-woo's, gives the family a scholar's rock meant to promise wealth. Leaving to study abroad, he suggests that Ki-woo take over his job as an English tutor for the daughter of the wealthy Park family, though Ki-woo is initially hesitant. Ki-jung forges a diploma from the Yonsei University for Ki-woo to help him get hired. Upon arrival, Miss Park hires him and decides they will call him Kevin. All right. Do you have anything to add thus far?
Just right now, what was his name? Min? The
Which
friend?
One? Like, what was his name? Min Hyuk.
Min Hyuk?
Yeah, Min Hyuk.
Yeah, I have the IMDb.
Like I said, I'm
going
to butcher the shit out of these.
Yeah, I have the freaking list pulled up, or the IMDb. So yeah, Min made a really bad call. Letting his friend freaking do or take over his job because he wanted to date that
seriously,
one chick.
When he started Kevin started falling for him, I'm like, dude, bro code.
Yeah, no joke. Dude, the second he was just like, yeah, I love her, man, I'm just like, dude, you realize that you just ruined this for yourself, right? Anyway. Yeah, but that's all
right.
I got.
So the Kim family... Okay. The Kim family infiltrates the lives of the Parks by recommending each other's services. It was very interesting seeing how they came up with each other's stories and like fake names. It's a diabolical family.
Dude, it is. And you can kind of see why they called this movie Parasite.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just
like,
crazy. Like, they worked
perfectly.
their way into this family and kind of just destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which is
That's what made this
exactly what a
movie so
freaking
good.
Parasite does. So it's kind of like right on the nose, but
Yep.
in a really clever way.
So, posing as unrelated and highly qualified workers, Ki-woo tutors and begins a romance with the park's daughter, Da-hai. Ki-jung poses as Jessica, an art therapist, to the park's hyperactive son, Da-song. Ki-jung frames Mr. Park's chauffeur as having had sex in the car by leaving her underwear beneath the passenger seat for Mr. Park to discover. You know, for a second, I don't know why, but I'm just like, oh, damn, is he getting lucky tonight? But no.
Dude, that is seriously what I thought too. I was just like, wait, she just said no. Why the hell is she? And then when they explained what the plan was, and that was like a perfectly executed plan.
Seriously.
Like, it was so simple and so elegant. Like, it was just
the
kind
credit
of like,
to her work.
Yeah, like, seriously, like, oh my goodness. Like, I can't get over this part of the plan. The one that, like, was a bit of a stretch for me was when they tried to get the housekeeper fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Fair.
getting the driver fired was freaking a stroke of genius.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, she didn't even do anything. She just took off her panties, dropped them in the car, kind of hit them a little bit, and then let them come to their own conclusions about everything.
Yep.
And it was just,
it was
like,
insane.
That is the one that just, like, boggles my mind.
Alright, so yeah. Ki-jung frames Mr. Park's chauffeur as having had sex in the car by leaving her underwear beneath the passenger seat for Mr. Park to discover, and Ki-tuk is hired to replace him. Finally, Chung-suk takes over as the park's housekeeper after the Kims exploit the severe peach allergy of the longtime housekeeper, Moon Gwang, and convince Miss Park that she has tuberculosis. Yeah, that whole, like, peach thing, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I honestly had no idea that just, like, the skin of a peach could do that much to you.
I mean,
Just, like,
I don't have any
flakes.
allergies.
I could
mean,
see
do
it.
you?
I don't either. Nope. I don't have any either.
Yeah,
So, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see it.
Hmm.
Alright. So, when the Parks leave on a camping trip for Desong's birthday, the Kims revel in the luxuries of the park residence. Moon Gwang suddenly returns, telling Chung-suk she has left something in the house's basement, and reveals the hidden entrance to an underground bunker created by the house's architect and previous owner. Moon Gwang's husband, Jun-se, has been secretly living underneath the home for years, hiding from loan sharks after his Taiwanese bakery failed and left him in huge debt. Chung-suk refuses Moon Gwang's pleas to help Gwon-se remain in the bunker, but the eavesdropping Kims accidentally reveal their secret to Moon Gwang, who threatens to report them to the parks. A severe rainstorm brings the parks home early, and the Kims scramble to clean up the home before the parks return, while a brawl breaks out between Moon Gwang, Jun-se, and the Kims. The Kims trap Gwon-se and mortally wounded Moon Gwang in the bunker, and Ki-taek sees Gwon-se sending a fruitless message in Morse code using the home's lights. Mrs. Park reveals to Chung-suk that Desong had a seizure-inducing traumatic experience on a previous birthday when he saw a ghost. Actually, Gwon-se emerging from the basement. Okay, when they showed, like, the image of him come from the basement, that scared the shit out of me. Those freaking eyes were terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Dude, and then
like,
when they're
thanks
like,
for the
he
nightmares.
had a seizure and, like, fainted, I'd be like, yeah. I'd pass the hell out, too.
I would, too. My eyes would roll to the back of my head, too.
Yeah, but, dude, it's just... I thought that they were recreating... Like, I had to rewind that part. Because I thought that they were just recreating the scene. Like, what the son experienced and, like, what the... Like, like I said, what the son experienced, and so I thought that they were doing the ghost and everything, like kind of just showing what the son saw or what he thought he saw. And then when
Yeah.
I played it back, I realized that they were actually using the guy from the basement, and I'm just like, that's freaking genius.
Yeah, it is.
But holy shit, that is nightmare-inducing craziness right there.
I also want to talk about the part where so when the Kims arrive and they ask I'm gonna say Mrs. Kim because I'm not gonna even try to pronounce. Isn't that their last name, Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Kim. I'll just call her that. When they ask her to make this certain dish, and then the previous maid comes running up the stairs, and she just freaking drop kicks her back into the basement. She nails her head.
Dude, it wasn't even a freaking...
It's like, damn.
It wasn't even a freaking drop kick. It was a donkey kick.
Okay,
because she just got in front of the freaking door and just kicked backwards.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, honestly, after that, for how hard she hit her head, I'm like, okay, there is no freaking way that she survived that.
Dude, straight up. Like when the dad
dude, she's bleeding the hell out.
Yeah. So when we'll just with the parents we'll just do Mr. Kim, and then with the rich family we'll just do Mr. and Mrs. Park.
Okay,
but when Mr. Kim went and grabbed her, I was just like, she's dead, bro. And then he pulls her into the doorway, and then does the feeling, and he's just like, oh, thank goodness. I'm just like, bullshit. She fell down a shit ton of stairs. She is old as balls. She's dead.
Seriously, she hit her head so freaking hard.
So hard. Oh my gosh. That was just insane. Dude, all of the stuff where someone physically got hurt was rough.
Seriously.
And it's just kind of no, you would not survive that.
Yeah, this movie is pretty gruesome. You can definitely understand why it's rated R.
Yeah, when the old housekeeper... Hell, I thought she was going to die when they found the door. So she's kind of pushing herself up against the cabinet and then pushing herself against the wall and kind of pushing. Yeah. That was hilarious when she was doing that. And then the mom was just like, oh my gosh, and then sees something that's jamming the cabinet. So she freaking yoinks that out, and the old housekeeper freaking eats it. Hard. And oh my gosh, it's insane. Oh my goodness.
So Miss Park says that ever since this predicament, they've celebrated DeSong's birthday outside the house. So the Kims escaped the Parks' house unseen, but not before hearing Mr. Park's offhanded comment that Ki-tuk, despite being a good employee, smells bad. Returning home to find their apartment completely flooded by the storm, the Kims are forced to sleep in a gymnasium with other displaced people. The next day, Mrs. Park hosts a house party for DeSong's birthday with the Kim family in attendance. Ki-woo enters the bunker with the Scholar's Rock to face Jin-soo. Finding Moon-gwang dead, he is attacked by Jin-soo, who bludgeons him with the rock and escapes. Seeking to avenge Moon-gwang, Jung-se stabs Ki-jong with a kitchen knife in front of the horrified guests. DeSong suffers another seizure upon seeing Jun-se, and a struggle breaks out until Chung-suk fatally impales Jung-se with a barbecue skewer. While Ki-tuk tends to a severely bleeding Ki-jong, Mr. Park orders him to drive DeSong to the hospital. In the chaos, Ki-tuk, upon seeing Mr. Park's disgusted reaction to Jung-se's smell, takes the knife and kills Mr. Park before fleeing the scene. Weeks later, Ki-woo wakes up after brain surgery. Okay, really quickly, I'm calling bullshit. there is no way that this kid survived being hit in the head twice by a freaking rock. Hard as hell. He was bleeding out so bad. He lost so much
Yeah,
blood.
a big ass freaking rock at that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's just like some things in this movie that I'm like, bullshit, there is no way they survive that. No freaking way.
Dude, there's so much in that. Like, just, that's the only thing that pulled me out of the movie, was how, like, the violent aspects. It's just like, no, you'd be freaking dead. Like,
Yeah.
when
Same.
freaking Kevin got freaking bushwhacked in the head with the rock, I'm like, oh, he's dead. And then again,
Yep.
when he freaking took the rock again
And
and,
then-
bushwhacked him, I'm like, yeah, like,
And then,
just overkill, dude. Guess not.
yeah, and then a scene later when everything's going frantic at the party, you see the Park's daughter carrying him out on her shoulders. I'm like, no, there's bullshit. No, there's no way he survived that.
Yeah. And then, even past that, when Jessica got stabbed, I feel like that would have been instant death.
It would have.
Maybe not distant,
that
but
was-
she would have died.
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken as long as
No,
it did.
it would have been close to like a few seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, the violence in this was just maybe too much. Not too much. The violence was fine. It's just the survivability of everything.
Yeah.
Like, I would have possibly believed Kevin getting bushwhacked in the head twice with a rock had there not been so much blood.
Yes. I can completely agree with that.
Yeah, and if it wasn't something where the guy was holding it, maybe he threw the rock, I would have believed that. And then maybe the second...
Well, didn't he throw it at first?
No, so the first time he
Like, wasn't it-
hit him over the head with it, and then the second
Oh,
time
yeah.
he was passed out on the ground and then threw it back
He just
down on his
dropped it.
head again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And then
Ugh.
the other thing that kind of confused me is why that guy stabbed, or why Mr. Kim stabbed Mr. Park.
They kind of point out that I think for like the situation he's been living in for so many years, and the fact that someone is going to point out that he smells, I think that just finally got to him, and that I think he just finally snapped. He's like, you know what, I'm tired of taking this shit. I'm done.
Yeah, I can see that. It's still, I feel it was a stretch. Just upset because he smells?
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Something Mr. Park said a lot is that he didn't like when his employees crossed the line.
Yeah, what the hell was the line?
Yeah, right? And he, like, it's so weird. Like, with the reason he fired his driver wasn't because that he was having sex in his car. It's because he was having sex in the back seat of his car. Or he
So
thought.
I guess the
he
front
thought.
seat's okay. Yeah, but he's just like, oh, of course he had to have sex where I sit.
Yeah, he's like, that crosses the line. And then he was talking about Mr.
It's like, so if he did in the trunk, it's
Yeah,
okay.
then when he was talking about Mr. Kim, he's just like, yeah, Mr. Kim, it always seems like he's going to cross the line, but he never does. And then they're like, but his smell crosses the line. I'm like, what's your line? What the hell is your line?
Tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
And the way that they started to introduce the whole smell thing was really weird.
How did they first introduce it? I
So
forgot.
it was with the Park's son. He's just like he ran up and smelled Mr. Kim,
Oh,
ran over and
yeah.
smelled Mrs. Kim, and then he's just like, they smell the same, and then ran off.
It's like, okay, we use the same body wash. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Is that really out of the ordinary?
Yeah, it's just kind of like, hey,
For couples to
we're just using
mind your own business.
Yeah, we're just using the detergent that's cheapest, and it just happens to be the same. Not that uncommon.
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah.
like, why would that even be? It wouldn't even be weird. It's just kind of like, cool. Me and this guy used the same. Like, we used Tide.
Yeah, exactly. We both like the smell. Sue us.
Yeah, like it's not uncommon for people to be using the same detergent. So
No, it's not. Not at all.
I liked how that was a discussion with the Kim family, though, where they're like, "Do we need to start using different
I know, right?
detergent?
Do we need
washing with different soaps?"
the mom's just like really forloaded?
Yeah.
All right. So Kiwoo and Chung Suk are convicted of fraud and put on probation. Ki-jung has died from her injury, and Ki-tuk, wanted for Mr. Park's murder, has vanished. Jung-se's motives for the attack are a mystery to the public. Kiwoo watches the Park's home, which has been sold to a German family unaware of its history. He sees a message in Morse code from the flickering lights, and it turns out to be from his dad, Ki-tuk, who escaped into the bunker and now survives by scavenging from the new homeowners and flicks the light every day, hoping Kiwoo will see it one day. Still living in the Banjiwa with his mother, Kiwoo writes a letter to Ki-tuk, vowing to earn enough money to one day purchase the house and free his father.
That was so sad.
It really was. Just like the fact that like they actually like show what it could be in the future, and you see the dad walking out of the bunker and going to hug his son, and then it cuts back to real life. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, dude, what broke my heart was when they did that and showed. I was more like just sitting there being like, why the hell? Like, that seemed really fast.
Yeah, dude, I thought the same
And I'm
thing.
This
Like,
is kind
okay,
of.
so this story does have a happy
Yeah,
ending.
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, there's no way. And then when he wrote, and he's just like, yeah, like one day. And then at the end of his letter, he writes to his dad, so long. And I'm like, oh. And then he's like back in his like piece of shit house. It's just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it rough.
holy shit. This was a good movie, though.
So good. Yeah, like it was a really, really solid story.
It really was like. I don't know if I really have any problems with the story. Honestly, like the biggest problems I have are the, like the actual like bloody parts, and I'm just like you pointed out, there's no way in hell you're surviving that shit.
And I think that's more of an effects docking.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so
Like I'm at like a 95.
yeah, it was a really solid story. The way that they were able to basically infiltrate this family, the ways that they did this were really creative. And
They really were.
like it would also it even made sense too. Like, yeah, this tutor for this girl is leaving once or doesn't want anyone else to kind of like take her, so he gets his best friend to basically take the job. And yeah, his best friend takes the job, is getting like a shit ton of money from this rich family. And then when when he sees the opportunity for another family member to come in, he freaking jumps on it.
Yeah.
What I didn't get is why they just didn't try to just admit that they were a family. Or is that just like, would that just be like nepotism stuff?
That's probably like frowned upon. That like, like if you I don't know. I feel like since they come that far, if they lied at this point, they're gonna be like, well, that's just they're gonna get fired.
Fair. I guess it's more like more covering their ass, because it's just like, okay, if I fire one of them, I have to fire all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely see that. But yeah, just the way that they went about that was perfect. It's just the mom talking about her son and all this stuff with his art and being like, oh, isn't his art great? Like, I want him to see, get into like this art stuff. And then he's like, oh, I know an artist.
But then I love how the son's sister is just like, he's faking it, right? He's just being a little shit and trying to get all the attention. I'm like, all right, I can see you and your brother did not get along so well.
Yeah, she was snobby.
I did not.
I didn't either. Like, she was. I mean, we'll get into it, but she was one of the weaker parts of this movie.
Yeah, completely agree.
But yeah, yeah, and then when they saw the opportunity to get into their dad into the driving position and then their mom into the housekeeping position, like, I'll admit, like I said, the way that they got with the mom, the housekeeping job, was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, but it still worked.
Yeah, it still worked. So I have to dock for that, just because.
Okay.
I'm being picky.
Is it because this movie won over Joker? I'm just kidding.
No. Honestly, like, after some deep reflection, because I texted you and I was just like, Joker still should have won. After some reflection, I think it should have gone to 1917.
Dude, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, like, 1917 was just amazing.
But this movie was amazing too, so I'm honestly glad that it won for Best Picture.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it, like, the way that I would have personally ordered it, and like I said, after some reflection, because I was just like, Joker still should have. No, it should have gone 1917, then Parasite, then Joker. But by some very, very thin margins.
Okay.
So, if I'm being a picky asshole, I'm gonna go to like 93.
You always are.
So we can meet in the middle at 94.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Next up, we got writing.
Extremely solid.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. This movie's really hard to watch with a baby.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So I had a bit, like quite a few scenes where I had to like rewind.
I even had to do that because I don't know why they were like I think it was only for like 2 scenes, but for some reason my brain wasn't able to what's the word? Not connect. I don't know. But there were like 2 scenes where I had to rewind it because they were speaking way too damn fast and the subtitles were moving too fast for me. Like, whoa, slow down there.
Yeah, I feel you there. One scene where that happened a few times for me was when Jessica, the Kim's daughter, was asking what happened to the Parks' son in 1st grade, and she like flipped out. I was just like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, like, what the hell happened?
Okay, speaking of Jessica, I want to point out 2 scenes that were just like kind of funny with her. Or not really not funny, but when she's getting interviewed by Mrs. Parks, and she is like kind of like snotty to her. She's just like, "Oh, I won't allow parents to be with us during the lesson, and then the mom's just like, yeah, but it's the first lesson. She's like, I don't care. You're not going to be in there. I need just him and I. I'm like, well, jeez.
Yeah, and you never
And then,
see her
when-
lessons. Or the lessons...
Well, you see one.
Not
of.
really. Like, they come down to the table. But when they're upstairs, you never
Well, there's
see
the one-
their lessons together.
All right, fair. But then the other one was when her mom is, made the housekeeper and she brings in some stuff. The fact that she's just like, next time knock. Like some shit. I'm like, I know we're, like playing roles here, but you don't talk to your mom like
Yeah, no
that.
shit, right? It's like, damn. The writing was super solid. It kept me really engaged in the movie.
Yeah, I was fully invested from the start with this movie.
Yeah, like this was my first foreign film. So this is like all in Korean.
Same.
And this kind of makes me want to watch more foreign stuff.
Dude, I'm the same way. I want to watch a lot more from the director. What's his
Yeah,
name?
same here.
Bong Joon-ho?
Yeah, he
else
worked
has he
on one of my other favorite films, Snowpiercer.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Oh, dude, he worked on Okja. I've heard that's a really good movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, he directed that. Ooh. Because I know that used to be on, I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I don't think it is. Oh shit, it is. Oh yeah, because it's a Netflix original.
Noise.
Dude, okay, I might be watching that this week.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, his writing's really solid. I had very little issues.
Yeah,
The only issues
seriously,
I
though.
had with it were with the Park daughter. Like, hers felt super just, like, typical teenage bullshit. And I feel like you could have done a lot with her. Added some, like, depth.
But the actress did a great job.
Yeah, like, I thought that they were going to take her character somewhere because of how sneaky she was. And, like, how, like, like, her parents kind of underestimated how much she knew.
That's
and
true.
I feel like they
They
could
did.
have gone to some really cool places with her, but with like just her writing, it was just the typical teenage bullshit. Like I thought she was going to have a little bit more depth to her because she knew all the secret stuff.
Can we get a Parasite spinoff? even though she died?
No, not Jessica, the Park's daughter.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Jessica. I'm sorry.
No,
Oh yeah.
like
Oh, dude. I don't really have anything good to say about her character.
I don't either. She was definitely the weak link. I think the only reason they
I mean,
threw...
the actress did fine.
Yeah. I think the only reason they threw her in was because they wanted to do the contrast between the Parks family, which was mom, dad, son, or daughter, son, and it was the same situation that the Kims had.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
just
true.
that side-by-side comparison, which it was pretty equal. Like, if you think about it, the Park's son, what's his name? Dae-sung?
Kiwoo. Wait,
Oh.
the Park son. I'm sorry. Yeah, Desong.
Yeah. Dae-sung. He was a scout, so he understood Morse code, but so did Kevin. And I'm using their
Yep, that's
English
true.
names just so everyone knows. His name's not like really Kevin. It's what's his name?
Kiwoo.
Yeah. So that was
I'm trying to get better pronouncing these names. I know I'm not doing that good, but
yeah, there are some tough ones. Like, and if we do any more foreign films, this is probably going to be a struggle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So with writing, I'm gonna have to dock for the daughter.
Dahai.
Yeah, Dahai.
Okay. That's fair. I can understand that.
Yeah, so I'm docking for her because I feel that they could have done a lot more with her character. Because of like the sneakiness that she had, because she was listening in on conversations and then acting like she wasn't. Which,
True.
and then they gave her like these bullshit freaking teenage whiny lines. So, yeah, I'm docking for her. Day Song, so the park son was okay.
I think he was just kind of like a typical kid. I think the writing was pretty good for him.
What
Typical little kid lost in his own
but
world.
you gotta think about this. He also like brought up the whole smell for some reason, and that kind of led nowhere. I think you could have brought the whole smell thing up without bringing. Like, I think that's one thing that they could have left out, and you would have been fine. Like,
fair,
you still
that's
could have
fair.
had Mr. Park still say something about Mr. Kim's smell. Because I think that would have just been something that just comes up naturally. It's just like, oh, yeah, he's a great employee, but oh my gosh, he smells so bad. And I feel like that still could have hit him. It's just they brought it up earlier with the son, and that was a little bit unnecessary. I mean, I'm being a hard ass with this movie.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. You have seen the score of this movie on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
No, what's that?
A 99%.
99. Holy shit.
The audience score is very close, too, though. The audience score is... Come on, computer. 90.
90.
That's pretty
That's
good.
Not bad. Yeah, well, I'm nitpicking, but it's also not affecting the score that much. Like,
Okay.
if they would have improved Day Song and the daughter, the park daughter, I feel like I could easily give this a high 90s. But it's, with all of those issues, I'm in the lower 90s, so maybe like 92-ish range.
I can give you 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we got acting. So this one's gonna be...
Okay, yeah, who do we want to grade?
I mean, honestly, we could just knock out the entire family.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
Like, so all the Kims and the Parks.
Okay.
I mean, if...
Like do we want to do by each or just like an overall score for the whole family?
Okay, let's think about this. Do you think that the parents were comparatively, so like the park husband and the park wife were pretty equal in their performances?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And then, like, would you say the same for the Kim father and mother?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What do you think?
So maybe we do it as like couples. So we'll
Okay,
do
so
mother, 4 total.
So
but we'll do the park mom and dad, the Kim mom and dad, Kevin and Jessica, and then the park kids.
sounds good to me.
Cool. So first, let's start off with the park kids, because like we said, I'm pretty sure those are the weaker link.
Yeah, they're gonna be the lowest score.
Yeah. So what are you thinking with them, and like their performance?
Honestly, I really only liked Da Sung. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that. Dahai she was boring. Like, I did not like her at all. She, like you said, she was just a typical teenager.
Yeah, and they could have gone some good places with her.
Yeah, they could have, but oh well.
Yeah. So where are you sitting at with them?
I'm like honestly in the 70s.
That's about where I was too.
What about you? I'm like 75. That's probably what
75.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with the high. I think I'm kind of in, like, I'd be in the low, like the higher 60s. So like the 68, 69 range. But with the song, I'm in like the mid 70s. So
Okay.
I might be in like 73. Someone maybe give it 74.
I can do 73.
Or if we're meeting in the middle,
I can give you 73.
All right.
Yeah.
So the park kids, we are giving a 73. Next, let's do the park parents.
Okay.
So what did you think of them?
I thought they were both really good, honestly. You can definitely tell that they really they cared for their children and they wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. They definitely tried to make sure that they were doing what's best for their children.
Yeah, definitely. That really kind of showed when they fired their driver, not wanting to expose their kids to that kind of lifestyle, or what they believed was that driver's lifestyle.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so that was, you definitely feel that. The thing that was a hard sell was when Mr. Park was talking about loving his wife. It was kind of odd.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just like, oh, I love her. It's like, I think I do. Yeah, no, I love her. I'm like,
wait, what?
okay, which is it? Or like, how did it go?
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot.
pretty much like that. He's just like, yeah, I think.
Okay.
And then he's just like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, wait, you hesitated.
I need a firm answer.
Yeah, and it's just, that was weird, because it's just like, if you ask me if I love my wife, it's not going to take me long to be like, yeah, I love my wife. And you're like, yeah,
Better be. I'm going to kick your ass.
or like even like be like, yeah, I love my kid or whatever. Like it's not going to take me long to answer that. Like I might feel a little weird about his answering, just depending on who's asking me. Like if I was in that situation, I'd probably be like,
Caleb, do you love Brielle and Iris?
yes.
Okay. Did you feel weird?
Yes.
Damn
like,
it. Okay.
But okay, yeah, like that's a perfect example. Like if I was being asked that by my driver, if I had a driver, it would feel weird. Like it's just kind of like, you got to think about the boss employee mentality, and you got to think like if you're the boss being asked by an employee if you love your spouse, it'd feel kind of odd. But I would also be like, yeah, I do. I might like stop and pause for a second, but I'd be like, well, I think so. Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't second guess myself.
But then you're also kind of like, yeah, but it's none of your damn business, so just get back to doing your job.
Pretty much. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell that they genuinely cared for their children. I do think that Mrs. Park was the stronger of the two.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Mr. Park, he felt very monotone at times.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Very one-dimensional in that sense, but I mean, he did a good job. What are you thinking for them?
Just for how good I thought Mrs. Park was, she definitely ups it for me. So, I don't know if I'm either in like the high 80s or low 90s. What are you thinking?
I'm in the mid 80s because I think for me, Mr. Park is in the 80 range. He was good,
Okay.
but it wasn't the best. But
Yeah.
Mrs. Park is definitely in the higher 80s, lower 90s. So if I average that out, I'm in the mid 80s. So maybe 85 for the two of them.
I can give you that. Yeah.
Okay, next up let's do the Kim children. So Kevin and Jessica.
Okay. I loved them both, especially Jessica. I thought she was she was a really good actress.
You just like her because you have a crush on her.
Shut up.
No, but
Emily, I don't mean anything by it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so shut up.
Oh shit. Okay, so that one's tough because they were both really good. Kevin was definitely I feel was the stronger of the two, but even then,
Yeah, I can agree
it's
with
by a
that.
hair.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see myself
I'm...
giving them both the same score.
Are you in the 90s?
I'm definitely in the 90s. I'm on the lower end though.
I'm the same way. What about a 93?
I can do 93. That's a really solid score for them.
Perfect. I agree.
Yeah. Kevin was really good. I think the only time that I feel his acting suffered any was when he was with Dahai.
I agree.
Yeah, but
just because she's such a bland character.
Yeah, but when he wasn't with Dahai, his performance was significantly better.
Yeah, when he was going off Jessica, it was perfect. It was awesome.
Yeah, and Jessica really lifted him up. The only time that I didn't really care for her was when she was interacting with the Parks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so they kind of have that same issue. It's just whenever they're acting with someone that's not quite as good as they are, they kind of work off of that, and it brings them down. But when they're working off each other, and they kind of just raise themselves up. So I think 93 is a pretty decent score for them.
I completely agree.
All right, lastly, what about the Kim parents?
I feel the dad is stronger than the mom.
I definitely agree with that.
By how much, I'm trying to figure out. Trying to have a good middle score for them.
Yeah. So, okay, what would you grade the dad?
The dad, honestly, he's like a 95 for me.
95, yeah, he was really, really good.
The mom, probably. I'm at maybe I don't know, an 89 or a 90.
I feel like she might have been maybe in the high 80s.
Fair.
Yeah, so maybe in the 80s.
Like an 88?
Yeah, 87, 88 area. So I think that would put the two of them in the lower 90s.
So should we do a 91 or a 92?
I mean, I'm happy giving them like a 90, 92.
Okay, yeah, let's give him a 92.
Yeah, so averaging that out, that comes to an 85.75.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a pretty decent score.
That is.
All right. Next we got character development. So
Okay, yeah, who do we want to grade on this?
So this is one that I was thinking about a lot today. I don't think we should do the parks because I feel like they stay in the same zone.
Yeah.
So the most...
Okay, can I guess who you think that we should do
Yeah.
it? Can I guess? Kiwoo?
Is that Kevin?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to use the English name. Sorry.
Then yeah, it's Kevin.
He's the only one that actually somewhat gets redempted.
Yeah, you don't really
Is
get
that
to
the word?
see where the mom's arc goes.
No.
So you definitely see Kevin's. So Kevin, it definitely starts out. Actually, I don't know if he has like such a great arc.
The Kims are not that great of people.
No, they're not. It's not even that. It's not even that he's not a very good person. It's just his story doesn't like it's more like when I think of an arc, it's just maybe like traveling up a grid, and it's more traveling down.
Yeah, no, dude, I completely agree.
Like I feel like he becomes a worse person, and then has like a tiny little.
They're all
spike.
just bad people.
Then he has like when at the bottom, I feel like he has a tiny little spike of goodness.
Barely, though.
Yeah. So, I don't know where I'm at with him.
Yeah, how the hell do we even grade this?
I'm maybe in like the mid 80s, maybe low 80s with his arc.
What about an 84?
I can do 84.
Okay, perfect. Let's do an 84.
Okay, next up we got effects. And so this is more like the stunt work and like special effects, which is like the gore. And this is where the movie kind of takes a little bit of a dip.
I'll admit, though, when the previous housekeeper tumbled down the stairs, that looked realistic as hell. Holy shit.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, all of that looked super good. Super real, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if they did, like, stunt work or anything, but that was, like, amazing what they did.
Yeah, it really was.
Personally, I have to dock for the unrealistic injuries. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely docking for that. But overall, the knife work that they did looked really good.
It did, yeah. It looked extremely realistic.
Yeah, and then also with like some of the stunts that they did, were insane. Like, I'm trying to think of like what they did. So like what you said with that old housekeeper, tumbling down the stairs, that looked really good. When she freaking took the dive off of the cabinet.
Oh yeah.
And then when Kevin was with the stairs, and like when he was going down those and then trying to like chase up, but he was like had that thing around his neck, like all that looks solid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it did.
I mean, I'm in the high 90s, not the high 90s. I'm in the mid to low 90s for that.
I'm at like a 93.
I can do 93.
Perfect.
All right, next up we got music. And I don't recall any significant music.
Nothing really struck out to me.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like a 5 or 6. I mean, I'll give it maybe. I can go up to a 6 because of the use of silence.
So
I think
okay,
I'm
that's a good
going to
point.
round this up to maybe instead of saying music, say sound. And the use of silence was perfect. And then just it helped build the tension.
It did. It really did.
Yeah, so I mean, I can go up to a 6 with that one.
I'd give it a
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Okay, then next up we got costumes, and this one's kind of in the same zone. Like nothing really outstanding or special.
No.
Well, actually, that's not true. They needed to kind of portray that they were a little bit more upper class than they were.
Okay, yeah, that's true. They did a decent job with that.
Yeah, they did a really decent job with that. Ooh, so I mean, I was about a 6. I might be like in the 7 or 8 range because they made like Mr. Kim look really good and then really grungy when they needed to.
Yeah.
And then the same with everyone else. Like you could tell that there was like a difference between their real world and the fake world that they set up.
You want to go a 7?
Yeah, I can go 7.
Let's do it then.
All right, and then lastly, we got our own personal grades. So where are you sitting at?
I'm pretty freaking high. Overall, this movie was fantastic. I can understand why it swept the Oscars, winning Best Foreign Film, Best Motion Picture Film. Did it win Best Director? Or wait, no.
Yeah, it won Best Director. I don't think it won Best
did it
win Best Foreign?
Yeah, it won Best Foreign Film as well.
Then it won Best Picture, Director, and Foreign then.
Okay. Deserved all 3 in my opinion. Yeah, this movie was just fantastic. I'm really freaking high. I'm at like I'm close to the Rotten Tomato score. I'm going to give it a 98.
98?
Yeah.
I'm actually still pretty high. I might be a little lower than you.
Okay.
I'm sitting at a 96. I thought this movie was super enjoyable to watch. It, like I said, kept you engaged the entire time. Didn't really have any slow parts. Did really good at building some very strong tension.
Yes, it did.
And then it just it kept you up there for so long. And I love that. I love when a movie can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sitting at that. So if I average that out, that comes to a 97.
Perfect.
And that brings our grade for Parasite to...
That's the best you're getting.
a B+.
Woo, okay, not bad.
Yeah, so it's sitting at an 87.59%. And like we said, the only thing that brings it down is music and costumes. Character development kind of brought it down a little bit. Acting brought it down a tad, but everything else about this movie was really, really good.
It really was.
Yeah, so it's... Let's see, go through our B+ movies. It is It's higher than Frozen 2. So these are all B+ movies. It is a point higher than Frozen 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. It's a little bit below Rocket Man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit below Spider-Man Far From Home.
All right.
It is a little bit higher than Detective Pikachu.
Woo! I think it deserves it.
A little bit lower than Unicorn Store.
Blasphemy.
Really?
Sorry, dude. Honestly, the more I think about it, the Unicorn Store goes down for me. That's just me. That's just me.
It is
Like I liked this movie way better.
Okay, it's below. It's a little bit below How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Okay, I can accept that.
Higher than Captain Marvel.
Woo!
Barely higher than How to Train Your Dragon, the first one.
Okay.
And it is higher than the Lego Movie 2.
All right, I can accept that.
Let's see. It is below Dawn and Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I can accept that as well.
And those are all our B+ movies. Oh, it's also
bad.
a little bit below Aquaman.
No comment.
Yeah, I think the Aquaman one got jacked up a little bit. Yeah, because we have the music for Aquaman at a 10.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's right.
Oh, shit. This got mixed up with some shit.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, while I was editing the thing. So we'll have to go back and change that. Like, that's the only one we're going back to change.
Yes, sir. Aye, Captain.
So it's sitting, like I said, it's sitting at a B+. Very well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like we said, the only thing that brings it down is costumes and character development. Music, like we said, was a little average. But they did really great work with silences, and that did a really good job at just building tension. So, very happy with the score. If you have not seen it, definitely go check it out. It is available on Hulu. Yeah. So, but with that, I mean, unless you have anything else to say?
No, I don't think so. Just go definitely check it out.
So with that, this concludes this breakdown. If you liked what you heard, be sure to follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, RadioPublic, Radio.com, Spotify, basically anywhere you can find podcasts. We're probably there. You can catch all of our episodes on YouTube as well, as we also do some bonus videos on that occasionally.
Can't do anything right now, thanks COVID.
But you can follow us on social media. You can DM us with episode ideas, answers to our question of the week, like our good friends, Victims and Villains, and Cinematic Blind Spots. Or if you want to join us, be sure to hit us up too. We would love to have anyone on. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/theallbros. Twitter and Instagram, our handle is @theallbros. You can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. Go to our website, which is tinyurl.com/theallbros. You can also go to our merch store, which is on TeePublic at teepublic.com/users/theallbros channel, and find our various artworks and stuff on random shit. I don't know. This artwork's probably going to be available. I didn't make. I thought. Okay, I said that 1917 was going to be available on the store, but I lied because I feel like 1917's artwork was not very merch friendly.
Fair. I mean, it looks great, but
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, maybe I'll throw that up and just make it available for like buttons and shit. But I don't
Okay.
see that one working for like shirts. And I haven't made the artwork for Parasite yet. But you
I'm
guys
very
will
excited
have,
to see what you come up with.
yeah, but you guys will have seen that, and I don't expect that one to be very, very shirt friendly either. But yeah, we'll find out. So anyway, so yeah, next week we will be doing a breakdown that was actually recommended to us by, I think he's the producer. He might have been the director. But he is an
Yeah,
indie
I do
filmmaker,
not know.
Ross Monroe, on Twitter, @RossBrew, asked us to break down his film, A Legacy of Whining.
I'm loving the title.
Yeah, which is available on Amazon Prime. So be sure to go check that out before next week's episode, and we will be breaking, or when we will be when we will be breaking, when we will be breaking that down. So until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb,
And I'm Jonathan.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
So long.
Okay, then you can stop in 3, 2, 1.